Well, good morning, audience. I really enjoy having you guys along for the ride, and I appreciate you watching my videos. And I really appreciate you, but I really don't know who my audience is. Who are you guys? How old are you? Male or female? Where are you from? I do believe in some of the YouTube analytics that I get. You guys are all over the place, but I'm just really curious. And also, since you're the audience, you can kind of direct what you would like to see. You have any questions about me or my farm or what I'm doing out here? Feel free to just drop in whatever question or comment you have in the description below. Just go ahead and put in, I'm George from Australia, or something like that. It kind of helps give me a gauge. We're gonna haul this load of corn into town. I'm gonna take Ethan with me, and he's gonna be my pro trucker dude. So he's hauled loads for me before, heavy loads, but this one's a little bit further, and it's a new destination, ethanol plant. So I'm gonna show it how it's done, and then I'm gonna turn him loose today. We'll start the truck, get it tarped, and then go start the grain system, because I'm going to have Adam start hauling grain carts and dumping at the bin site. So we'll be going to the end user and the bin site all in one day. Can we finish this quarter right out here, Crowders? We'll see. Make sure we're going in the right bin. There's a distributor up above me. It's blue, right there. So you see how it can go in that one, that green one's blank, or that one. And what happens, we want it in that bin. So that downspout, and it comes all the way down, hopefully, into this bin. Kind of grainy. That looks good. Got some dust on you guys. Bingo. So we can fill in this bin all day long. We won't fill it up today. And that's just the other two bins. One's half full, one's clear full. I like moving the bins, filling bins that I don't have to think about. I can just think about harvesting, loading trucks, loading grain carts, and just bombing this place. It won't overfill and spill out, which Dad and I have done many times. Remind me to give you an update on Dad real quick. Yes, sir.
Pick up Adam.
So you are going to pick him up?
Yeah.
You want to drop me off in the truck? No. Perfect. Go get Adam, and then all three of us will ride in the Toyota like we did from Omaha for 2 hours. And then he'll drop us off to get the semi-truck that I started this morning. Thank you. It's awesome to have your kids or good hired people, or your kids that are hired people that you get to work with. They do a good job. Try not to yell at them. I try to be a boss to them when I'm at the farm and not a father, not a dad, or use my dad power on them. So there's a fine balance between being a dad and a boss. And you got to strike that difference so they know how to learn, so they know how to grow up in the workforce and or they know how to come home for Thanksgiving and Christmas as well too. So tricky, difficult, and I always haven't done it correctly, and some generations ahead of me have always tried their best. I'm going to do my best. Absolutely perfect. Okay, this is a soybean field. This is actually where we were harvesting late that one night, Adam, and you brought me a fuel trailer.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Should I go down first gear? When we drove, should you want your left leg to run the accelerator? Are we buckled up?
Yes, we are definitely buckled up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I was just trying to get over here to the semi-truck.
You sure? Yeah.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Ethan, let me teach you how to drive the semi-truck now.
Oh,
No,
I've been driving to so much.
Doors locked for safety. Look at that. Did you just see that? Did you see how Adam left? Crazy driver. All right, Ethan. Hi, welcome to the semi-truck. Now, I know you've already driven this semi-truck a couple times, but I'm going to teach you and learn you, just in case the viewing audience doesn't know how to drive a truck. I'll just run through really simple, and maybe you and I can pick up a few things. Okay, first thing we need to do is disengage the trailer brakes by pushing that red button, and then you push the mustard button. That is your tractor. Pushing those in is brake release. And then in this particular transmission, you have a high-low switch. You want that low, down, and then you push the clutch in, you go over, down, and we are loaded in a field that could pull heavy. Oh, this International is beautiful. Dad had some clutch work done on it, and it's really pretty amazing. A lot of times with this window, I can look back here, I can see the back of my trailer, I can see the road. Climbing onto the road, you kind of want to hit it at an angle. Nothing too severe. Now we'll go to second gear, and if you'll notice, I didn't clutch. You see how smooth that transition was? Here, I should actually have you, cameraman.
Always buckle up.
Seatbelt, buckle up before you start going. All right, what gear are we in? Was that like 3?
Yeah.
And so what I'm doing is just sinking. I let off the accelerator and smoothly transition right into that gear. Just like that. Okay, I think that's 4. Then we go up here into 5. No, that was 4. Okay, that's 5. I'm used to my W9. That's where these reverse. Then I go up into high, zoom in on the high button. It's an air shift, so it shifts my transmission. I come out of 5 and go into 6, nice and smoothly.
This is going great.
Thank you. Pros only. So I'm in 6, and then you're going to smoothly shift to 7. See, typically I'm doing this real fast and not so slow, so I'm a lot better when I'm hitting it fastly. Anyway, that's it. Then you roll down the window for some cool air because the air conditioner doesn't work in here. I don't even think, okay, no, I don't even think the fan works. I thought we fixed that. Typically, okay, that's the Jake brake or engine brake. Didn't realize that was on. Were you running that?
Sometimes.
That was maybe Trevor. That'll be in the next tutorial.
But lots of brakes, not a lot of riding the gears when decelerating.
Right. Well, I can show you how to downshift to slow down. Typically when I'm driving, I will use the engine brake coming up on a stop sign. I'm about a quarter mile away. So I flip that switch up. This one is super quiet. It's not like the old school, old style engine brakes like my W9. But you can switch that off. It's just using the engine to slow, it's reverse compression and using it against the transmission to slow you down, slow your kinetic energy. So I don't even know what gear I am in, but I know I want to downshift. So a lot of times I accelerate the engine higher to get it into gear, and then use the engine to decelerate, and I can do that with the engine brake as well too. So anytime I push into the accelerator, it automatically takes the engine brake off until I can get it into gear. Oh, wrong gear, sorry about that. My bad. And sometimes I just shut off my truck. So we are at the ethanol plant, and there is a long line. Apparently everybody wanted to harvest the last couple of days, or today or last night, on these beautiful Nebraska days. So we made it all the way into town. How was that? Was I a good teacher?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm glad you walked me through. And
yeah, I probably gave you way too much information.
I appreciate it.
Okay, because you can ignore some of it. I'm just trying to give you all the teaching and information that I never had to help you out. So we're going to be in line just a little bit, which we're going to have patience, not a big deal. And this is why I'm having Ethan haul, because he can sit in line and then I can sit in the combine. It's not good or efficient for the combine to be sitting. So as long as the combine's running, it really doesn't matter. But I've got to take a little bit of time out of my day, sacrifice this sitting for greater good. Because once you know this, I can turn you free.
Every other day of the week, I'll be
every day of the
this.
week. Every day of the week, except for Sunday. We're going to stop working on Sundays. Yeah, I'm trying to relax. Should we order breakfast? I kind of feel like I want a bacon, egg, and cheese egg McMuffin.
Or like
homemade though. Doesn't that sound delicious right now?
Also like a Casey's breakfast pizza.
That would
like
be wonderful.
Pizza just right here, and you can...
What to drink? Water, Diet Coke, or Coke?
Water.
Or Monster? Water?
Always water.
I would take a Coke right now in the morning. It's bad for your teeth. You shouldn't drink it, but that crisp.
If it's crisp, if it burns in your throat, it's a good morning.
Casey's Pizza. Let's find out if they Uber that, DoorDash it to my semi truck.
Do they deliver to vehicles?
I wonder. $1 million idea.
Food delivery for truckers. It's a good idea.
Good morning. Timestamp October 11th. I can hear the semi truck going. I hope that's Greg loading his truck to haul. Very big day today. Gorgeous day. Everything's a little wet, a little damp. It would go. Had a little bit late last night, but it worked really well. We are gonna finish harvesting one field a mile that way, and then we're coming over to this field, but we will have to move this pivot out of the corn where I already opened up and harvested. And I just want to prepare, make sure this motor starts and we're able to move the pivot, walk the pivot. Not right now, but when we get here, probably around noon. It's been a minute or 5 since we started or ran motors. I'm anticipating the day going well, but we could have issues. This power unit is not going to be one of them. So we'll shut it down. We don't need a battery. We don't need oil. We don't need to grease anything. We'll head to the farm, fuel up the combine, start some tractors, check on the bin site. Oh, rain is coming. One of the other reasons we need to make it a big day today, because there's a big rain coming in the horizon. I think tomorrow. It's a little chilly out here. Happy fall, y'all. Big rain coming. Let's get as much harvested as we can. Then we can work on Thursday things. Happy October, folks.
It doesn't get clogged up, but
Maybe I'll give you an air compressor one and we'll blow it out. I've never had anything open here. I do believe I lost a belt on this new machine. I didn't realize this because any old red machines, I believe there is a fan blower vacuum deedly bopper. This thing right here, oh yeah, there, is a vacuum on this black thing that spins around is a vacuum on the outside screen to keep it clean. I have no belt. Come take a look in here, and right there, and there on that pulley, there's no belt, so there's no vacuum, which means it's going to plug up a little bit with chaff, debris, corn stalks, whatever's floating around in the air and cause the engine to warm up, overheat. So we got a belt coming out. That's really cool. Come on, Kale. You should know more about your machine before you explain it to people. You're halfway through harvest. What are you doing? There's no time to sit down and read the book, the manual, look up some videos. It should take some time. You always should know your machinery before you jump right into it. You want to blow that out? I think it looks good. I'm going to blow it a little bit. How many gallons of fuel?
194.
Oof. This is known as cab corn because you run so much corn in your grain tank back there that it bubbles out. If your grain cart operator doesn't hit you soon enough, then it spills out on top of your cab and onto the ground and everywhere else. It was full. Adam was he was waiting for me at that end. A little bit of miscommunication for combine operator and grain cart operator. So not his fault. He's still new. We're still going to blame him. We'll see what he says. Oh no. I was a little full, bud. Okay, so I told him if you have any interesting clips, Adam, if you see something exciting or amazing, feel free to film. I think he just filmed my cab corn. Let's see if he blames me on it. We will unload before we get going here a little bit. But we got 2 grain carts in the field. We got 2 trucks leaving. And what else? So this is the first time ever in this operation where I'm running 2 grain carts and 2 trucks. Oh, and we're dumping back at the home site as well too. So a lot going on. It'll take us a little bit to get into flow and figure all of this stuff out. But here we go. Let's get rolling again. Let's see if Adam can keep up. Just learn on the job, learn as you go. We'll do our best. Good morning. Happy mid-October, October 12th. Raining. We picked late last night. Still having issues of all of this weird, wet chaff, dirt, debris, plugging up the screen, running the combine hotter than it should be. Had a couple people over here to start the motor. You remember yesterday, we got this motor started, but it won't stay running past 10 minutes or run the pivot. Not sure what's wrong. It's got plenty of antifreeze, oil. It's not overheating. It's not over oiling. Not sure what the issue is. But I got a minute this morning because it's sprinkling. I don't know if we're going to be able to harvest today or if these dark clouds in the west are going to come here and rain all day. And then the wind is going to super blow tomorrow. So I might push it and go harvest wet corn stalks. The corn kernel itself is actually dry. But here we have to start this motor and diagnose. Back to engine. Okay, timestamp. Good morning, good afternoon. I am automatically opening my top canopy. We should take a peek at that maybe. There you go. See that? It automatically opens. That's a wonderful option addition to this combine. We're going to take another crack at it. I don't know if it documented it last night, but it wasn't a super great ending to the evening, although I guess it was a productive day. We had sprinkles this morning, not a big rainstorm. Possible big rainstorm tonight or tomorrow morning. Friday, definitely 50-mile-an-hour winds, which is not good in standing crops like this. The plant health does look really good and amazing, so I'm not too concerned. I did a wonderful job irrigating hard all summer long and even late season. Pumping water until September 15th, 19th, when was it? When everybody shuts off, you keep pumping because you want that kernel to fill completely and you want the plant health to be awesome and amazing. The ear is still sticking up, even though the plant is dead and mature. But tremendous plant health. We've even had a freeze and we still have some green in the stalks. So that tells me we finished well. Anyway, any amount of wind, even with good standing corn, can still blow it over. So we need to get going. Without further ado, I mean, I don't have a crew out here, but I'll just start cranking by myself. They'll show up eventually. Ethan took a load in. Today's video is not yet sponsored by Liquid Death. This is Armless Palmer. It's a Arnold Palmer iced tea, agave, vitamins, and probably lemonade. I can't help but think of Andy Detweiler. He's a farmer in Kansas, I believe. Has a YouTube channel. Had a YouTube channel for a lot of years called the Harmless Farmer. And he passed away, I think, last year. His daughter has since then taken over his channel and still posting. But this one's to you, Andy, the Armless Palmer. I hope that's in good taste. Love you guys. Love your family. Cheers. Cooper, Baxter, come here. I was just thinking, this is kind of pretty, so I would maybe show you guys. Puppies, how did you fare on the rainstorm? You were in the garage, weren't you? Good evening. I'm gonna run to the farm and hook up a grain auger so that we can unload grain out of the bins. Most everything here is put away. We ended up with 20 hundredths, 22, 2 tenths. My goodness, that is really incredible. Amazing. Can be beautiful out here in wide open country with all of the storms, tornadoes, wind. Ooh, might be wind tomorrow. Should maybe take a picture. It'll last longer. Went home for a little rest and a small snack. Kind of got my second wind. I did not take a nap. Too late in the day to take a nap. But I do want to plan and prepare for tomorrow morning. So I've got a new plan. As I was resting, my brain started activating and I started thinking of brilliant, genius things. I think I'm going to use the swing hopper auger in this 4020 to unload that bin. As you guys may or may not know, I'm redoing the bin site with a new overhead. It's not here yet, not built yet. We did pour the footings. So I can do whatever I want to load, fill up the bins. That's still intact, but I can't unload without getting creative. So we're going to get creative swing hopper auger into another auger. I just got to figure out how to bring power to that to run that. And this will be a lot easier to load trucks, or maybe load the grain cart and then load trucks. All tomorrow morning at 7:30. If it doesn't rain anymore tonight. But the wind might blow and dry everything else out. Good grief, I'm sitting in the middle of a lot of equipment. I feel like I need to build a cold storage shed, maybe right over there. All this equipment should or could be sitting inside, quite possibly. But I progress. Let's start the 40-20. With this nice roof, rollover protection. Found it. It's over here in plain sight in the weeds. It'll be great to move this auger to mow here and clean up some of the scrap stuff and everything else. Look at that fix on the barn. I think me, my dad, and my daughter Laura fixed that. Was that last year or 2 years ago? She made a video about it. It's a wonderful video of a granddaughter and a grandpa working together on the old Carlson Heritage barn that great-grandpa built. Great-grandpa ran dairy in this barn. My father ran hogs in this barn. A lot of tradition, a lot of history in this barn, and that section of roof is still holding together. Great job, Laura. Okay. I'll see if I can get this done in one take. Everybody knows the rules. Pros only. Before we hook up the 40-20, I realized the auger has a 540 spline shaft. And I feel like in the last couple of YouTube videos, I keep going back with 540, 1000, 540, 1000. And I apologize. I mean, here, 40, 50 years later, we're still dealing with this. They're trying to standardize the industry. But essentially, we have both of them. And the 30-20 and the 40-20 all ran either 1,000 PTO shafts or 540s. And so you could go back between different implements depending on how many RPMs you wanted to run. This one was set up for 1,000. So I am going to switch it. I am going to show you guys how to switch it. It's been a few years. Usually we keep the 40-20 up to 1,000. The 30-20, I think, has 540, but what you do is have a pin here, squeeze pin. What's this called? You take that out, and trust me, when you want to do this, there is alignment. When you pull this out of the transmission, and yes, hydraulic fluid will come out, so you want to take your 540 shaft, see it's got the big splines like this, and make sure it's clean. Pause for dramatic effect, or paper towels. I will try not to keep you guys here too long. Okay, I have this one in my hand, and you're gonna look for this flat spot right here, and you want this flat spot to line up with that flat spot, and then that will give our transmission injection pretty close. Show you how to do this. Pull this one out. Hydraulic fluid's coming. That was way off. Spin that. Perfect. Not perfect, but good enough. So you have two wheels in here to line up the gears over here. And I think it's in. So we're going to put this pin in here, and it just slides in. I'm super curious, because my whole life, there's nothing that holds that in. I'm actually thinking about it now. There probably is one of these ring collars that fits in there. For my whole life, we've never had one. Never put one in. So you squeeze this down, put it in here, and pinch it together, push it in, and it snaps in like that. Boom! We're done. Holds it in. Now I can slide that PTO shaft on here on the 540, and we should be good. I just had a realization, since this is one take, no edits, maybe, I could have put a coupler adapter on there, so we don't have to run it so high idle. Tell you what, let's just run 540 and see what it's like. If I want to run the auger faster and the tractor RPM lower, I can switch this back and then put an adapter that goes 1000 to 540. There you go, kids, future generations. This is how you swap it out. Okay, this is going a lot better than I imagined. Sorry about that. Plugging this in over here. So this plug-in, this is just 120 into there. Starts this auger. It's just a starter switch. It's not 120 for this auger. It's a lot more. It comes from the other side of the bin. So that works. I know I can unload here, and I can put a truck over there and unload over there, but the swing hopper is swinging on the wrong side. Oh no, not a big deal, folks. I will take a telehandler, probably the JLG. We will unhook it, I will lift it up and swing it all over here. It's connected with a PTO shaft in here. So this auger, it's just one unit. It can run on the right or left. A lot of times what I'll do is swing it around before I hook up the tractor, but I do things backwards, misstep, 3, 2, 1, not 1, 2, 3, sometimes on this farm operation. And a lot of times you just have to improvise, adapt, overcome. If you guys are ever clicking around on an auction and you get the chance to buy a light tower for cheap, then when you're redoing your bin site and you've eliminated a lot of your lights, you can have your very own light tower. That's what I did. I was clicking around on auction, got this bought for under $1,000. Haven't used it very often, but when you do, it's really, really awesome. So, we've got plenty of lights. Oh, put LED lights, put a bar light on your 4020 as well too. I'm yelling, it's super excited. If you can't tell, this plan is really coming together late at night, better than I could have anticipated. I still might flip this to the other side. I think I can pretty much do it by myself. Let's get the telly over here. Best lift on the market. Say it with me, folks. Probably don't need hazards. Woo, it's getting warm in here. sound right. Things were going a little too well, Kale. You were just a little bit too happy. The auger's empty, but it should be spinning a lot faster. None of the traps are open. I'm thinking like maybe something is plugged here. Doesn't sound like it. And this is open. Do we keep messing with it or wait till morning? I know the answer. I also know what I'm going to do. Okay, I stuck around so that I could find out. Here's my theory. This auger is long and heavy. I do believe that running empty with no corn, no friction, no resistance, it was flopping around, getting really sloppy in there, and it was fighting itself when it was bouncing. I ran a little bit of corn, and that seemed to calm it down, relax it, hold it together. Then the motor could cooperate, get out of start mode, and spin a lot faster. So I think it's working. I'll put this lid on, and then we'll try to run a little more. Serious question. Are you guys afraid of heights? I do believe we're good to go for tomorrow. This is how full the bin is. And what I want to do, so I'm taking the core out of this bin. Remember all those fines that can make bad corn? Air doesn't flow through it. It can be spoiled, be real dangerous. So we'll take that out, put it in this bin, and then we'll auger out of this bin to take the core out of here. But I want to fill it all the way up to maximize bin space. Good morning, and we are back. It is the next day, and we're doing the same thing as we did last night. So, I'll finish drinking my coffee, get my brain right, to explain what else we're going to do and maybe let the light come up. Grab your coffee and stick around. Sometimes difficult to find that light switch, but we found it. I think I have a flashlight on this camera, very possibly. Ooh, you got muddy. It was a muddy drive home last night in the rain. Let's see if these lights work. Oh, wonderful. How much clearance is in this building? Hold on a second. we would be able to know if we could see. Somebody needs to wash these windows. Not very much clearance, but it works. I need to build a new building. And speaking of clearance, will I be able to clear underneath this auger? This will be our setup today, where we will just auger into the grain cart and then, oh yeah, plenty good. All right, take it easy here. And then have the, yeah, trucks just pull underneath the grain cart, and then we can load and go. Working! Happy Friday morning, everyone. Now all I need to do is get a semi-truck and start filling the truck. Long roundabout way process that I didn't imagine it working, but it all came together. This is why when you improvise, adapt, overcome, you can win the day or get to the final goal. Let's take a moisture sample. When you're training new truck drivers, remember to be patient because you remember what it was like just starting out. And a lot of these old co-ops were originally built in the 50s and the 60s for 400 to 600 bushel straight trucks, not these mammoth trucks that we drive today. So I am just doing some repair job of a little accident, a little boo-boo, it's just cosmetic. We can easily replace that light and probably that rail. Someone just got a little close to the side of the entrance. It's very difficult to get in with a long semi. He did his best. But I got this all cleaned up so it will be able to tarp without tearing the tarp. Still functions, just cosmetic. I'll probably replace that rail at some point after harvest. There's so many things stacking up now after harvest. I don't know if I'll ever be able to make it to Christmas because harvest is the big push. Like as soon as the harvest is done, then we can relax. Well, not really. There's always a lot to do after you're doing a lot. It's a good pile of corn. Kayla, remember last night when you told Ethan, we'll just leave the truck because it'll be drier in the morning, right? Well, I don't remember, and it's not drier in the morning. What are the chances, what are my odds getting out of here? So you guys can see. So I'm on the edge. If I get on the gravel, I should be good. Tires are not mud hogs. At least we can start it. All right. Phase one accomplished. Motor started. And what we are going to do is put in the divider, power divider lock in. And your air gauges have to be aired up for that to be get in. Oh, it's low. All right, I'm not very heavy. I'll try to make it home. We'll air it up. Any hoodle, we'll let it air up, let it warm up so we can turn the heater on. And the power divide, it just locks in the axles, so all 4 axles turn to give you maximum traction to get on the road. Do my windshield wipers work on this thing? Looks like they do. Looks like I could use a windshield wiper on the inside of the cab as well too. Oh, here we go. Inside cab windshield wiper. I like my trucks. They're cheap and easy, but boy, it sure would be nice to have some nicer trucks. I just can't justify it because we don't haul a lot or much. I haul a lot of hauled out during the busy season. Otherwise, these trucks sit for 9 months out of the year. Is there a rental lease program where I could just have a nice truck for a month or 2? All right, here we go. What gear should we start in? We're gonna start in 3rd gear. Oh, baby, this is not good. This is not good. We're going to 5th gear. We're gonna start. Get on the gravel, baby. The tires are smoking, maybe, probably. And that's helping to get more traction. So glad you guys weren't nervous. For some reason, it feels like we've been in this situation before. You and me, my friend, the one person watching and appreciating this video. That wasn't bad at all. Wheel spin, wheel speed for the win. So if you're ever stuck, you just need wheel speed to take it to town. All right, we got good gravel the rest of the way home, so we'll see you back at the farm.